Hello, Tia. Thank you for joining our podcast for today. Can you just start us off by introducing yourself and a little bit more about your background?
Okay, my name is Tijuana Freeman. I go by Tia. I work in Loudoun County Public Schools. I'm a speech language pathologist. I love working with the kids that I have, ages like around 2 through maybe like 12 or 13. And I am a Zumba instructor, and I've been a Zumba instructor since 2020. So I've been celebrating a couple of years of that, but I've been actively teaching for about a year and a half now.
Yeah, how fun. So could you talk about how things were before you started working with us?
Okay, well, I came here because I woke up one day with a little bit of an ache in my back and tightness in my leg. And before the end of that day, I wasn't doing a lot of exercise. I hadn't even done any Zumba, but I could barely lift my leg to get in and out of my car or to stand for a few seconds without shooting pain going down my leg.
Yeah. And so with that, did you seek any help with like other PT or anything else?
Well, I have been regularly going to a chiropractor, like once a week, going to a chiropractor. I went there first, and my chiropractor was very kind, very helpful, and she treated me, and I went home, still in pain, and I went back, I think 2 days later, and I said, this isn't working, I'm still in pain. I couldn't do anything. I mean, like walking 5 to 10 steps was laborious for me. I had, after that week, went to urgent care, and they thought it was my hip, but to make sure, I went to an orthopedic surgeon. I went to the orthopedic surgeon, did x-rays, and they said, no, you have got disc degeneration in your spine, and it was radiating down my leg. I was in so much pain. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't walk, I couldn't stand, sitting was okay at that time. I happened to come across Dr. Taruna at a talk, and she said she specialized in spinal injuries and helping to help people to recover without resorting to surgery. And that was one of the options that my orthopedic surgeon had suggested, following if I had unsuccessful physical therapy. So I decided to come to Dr. Taruna because she specialized in spinal injuries.
Yeah, and so how have things been changing since you started working with us?
I am very, very happy to say that, like I said, I walked in, walking down the hallway just to get to this office it felt like the longest walk that I could have. But the first day I came in, and Dr. Taruna assessed me and evaluated me, and she did her first like manipulation on me, and then she goes, okay, get up and take a little walk. And I stood up, and just standing there felt so much better than when I first walked in the door. I told my friends, I was like, wow, is she a magician? What's going on here? So it felt very good.
Yeah, that's great to hear. And then what do you like the most about working with us?
I like how personal the environment is. I like how one-on-one it is. I like that we have a great receptionist here.
Thank you.
And Dr. Taruna is a very individualized therapist. She looks at me and what's going on with me, and although I think her techniques are something that she's learned because it's a specialized technique, she individualizes how she applies those techniques for me, and I feel happy and so much better, and I come in looking forward to what she's going to do to help me, because with each session, I've left feeling better than how I came in.
Yeah. And that's great that you've had such a great experience with us. We've had a wonderful experience with you too. And then the last question is, what would you say to someone who's on the fence about trying the McKenzie Method and Shockwave Therapy for their back problems?
The McKenzie Method and Shockwave Therapy are a great combination, for one. I think they work very well together. The way Dr. Taruna explained the McKenzie Method to me was that this physical therapy method is helping to restore my back and to relieve the pain as it heals, and then we build the strength around what we need to get ourselves back in recovery. The shockwave therapy helps to quicken that process because it's giving that energy, that circulation and blood flow and healing to the back. So combined with the McKenzie Method and the shockwave therapy, I think your outcome, just my physical outcome, for anybody's physical outcome, it's going to be positive. And it's going to be positive without feeling like in the back of your head, oh, the next step is surgery, because it won't be your next step. And I hope that if after all of this, that does, still consider this method, because you're going to be in recovery, you're going to be healing your body.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us again, Tia.